Welcome to the Scala Documentation lesson. After completing this lesson, you should be able to describe how to access Scala API documentation, leverage several Scala style guides, and use common productivity tools to aid in rapid Scala development. The primary source of documentation for Scala the language is the scala-lang.org website. There are several areas of this site that you have to understand in order to be able to leverage the documentation in Scala. First of all, there's the API documentation, which is a Scala doc format showing you the current version of Scala and all of the library classes available to you within the language. Scala docs are very similar to Java docs, but have some features which are more advanced. For example, when I'm in a Java doc, I have no way to figure out if I'm looking for a specific map implementation other than to do a find on the entire page. But that can be really difficult because I have to scroll through all of the possible combinations that are found using that search pattern. In Scala doc, if we hit the tab key, our cursor is automatically placed into this search field. And if I type the word map, only map implementations show up inside the left-hand pane, and I can select the one that matters most to me. For example, if I want to use an immutable hash map, I look in the Scala collection immutable package and select the hash map implementation. I can then scroll down to look at the methods available to me, or I can search on the methods using this search bar inside of the documentation page. If I look for the word contains, it will only show me the methods and their descriptions that have the word contains inside of them. While the API documentation is very handy for being able to find the methods that you want to use from various class implementations inside of the language, it's sometimes more helpful to get information at a higher level. If you go to the scala-lang.org site and you click on the documentation link at the top, you'll find a wealth of resources to help you get started. There are Scala tutorials, a glossary of all the common terms in the Scala world, answers to common Scala questions, overviews and guides for documentation and language features, the Scala language specification itself, which will explain to you in detail the rules by which Scala is implemented, a getting started guide, cheat sheets, and finally, a style guide. This is the EPFL sanctioned version of how to code Scala in the most effective way. However, it is not the only one out there. If you're looking for a style guide from which you can start your team using Scala most effectively, start with this one, but then consider others as well. If you go to twitter.github.com, you'll see that there is a whole bunch of Scala information, including different Scala projects that they've created. If you search inside of this page for effective Scala, you'll find the Effective Scala project, which is Twitter's own Scala style guide. Twitter has millions of lines of Scala code and over 1,000 Scala developers. This is how they keep them in check in writing code that they can all understand together. There is another style guide you can use, this one from Databricks, the creator of Spark. Spark is an extremely large Scala project that has been created by Databricks, and in order to make sure their developers all follow the same conventions for how to write Scala, they publish their own style guide at github.com/databricks/scala-styles-guide. With over 800 contributors, everyone who contributes to Spark must meet this guide in order to have their pull requests included into the framework. One final tool that should be in every developer's tool belt is called Dash. When I open Dash on my machine, I can have multiple document sets open at any given point in time that allow me to figure out how to write code using various frameworks or languages. To include more doc sets into Dash, I go to my Preferences and I select the Downloads tab. You will see that there are a large number of projects that can be included into Dash, and Dash can also integrate into your IDE. Dash is a free product, but it does come with a delay in looking up your documents unless you pay a fee to the company that makes it. Dash is also only for OS X. However, there's an equivalent project out there for both Linux and Windows called Zeal. The real value to using Dash is that it allows you to search for methods or text inside of the description of methods without having first found the class. This is a classic limitation of both JavaDoc and Scala Doc. If I want to find anything that allows me to do a contains method, I merely search using the word contains, and then I can look at whether this is an Akka project, a Play project, a Scala implementation, and then look at the various implementations in Scala to figure out which one I'm looking for. This is a tremendous boost to your productivity as a developer.